Hey, you're here for another 5-minute live here on my business page. I'm going live every single day over the last 2 weeks. So we're almost on week 2, but I think I'm going to keep going. And today I'm talking all about the most important trust relationship in sales, because if you have heard, you need to build the know, like, and trust, then I want you to understand what is the most critical relationship that you actually need to have trust with in order to be able to sell effectively. If you're brand new to me, my name is Susan McVeigh. I'm a business sales strategist, and I help entrepreneurs and business owners sell with more ease without the sleaze, so that you can make money and impact while living your life of freedom and flexibility. And I just happen to be down by the water, so I'm going to show you my view right now because it's so peaceful. So I feel blessed to live where I live right now. I just happen to be down by the water. This is the ocean, in order to be able to have one of my appointments today. So just spending some time out in nature. And I was thinking about, so I'll face this way so you can see it behind me. I was thinking about trust, and really about who do you need to trust and who do your clients need to trust when they are engaging with you in a sales conversation. And what I feel like is that we're focusing so much outwardly, which I think is still important. You want to build a relationship with your audience and with the people that you're here to serve. But trust starts with you. It starts inside. And a friend of mine had said to me yesterday, and she said, I think it's remarkable that you have so much trust within yourself and that you just have a knowing, like having that faith and that strong belief. And I think it's really important that when you are trying to sell, that you have to evaluate, do I trust myself? Do I trust myself to deliver on the things that I'm promising? Do I trust myself to say what I'm going to say because I'm in service of others? Do I trust myself to do what's required to actually be the leader in this conversation? And I think when we let ourselves down in the small things, it can erode our trust. And that's why for me, it's really important when I'm talking to my students and clients that your word is your bond, and that you do everything with intention. And that's not to say that you have to be perfect at everything, because we are human beings. But I think it's really important that we take the time to build trust within ourselves, and that we really only make commitments when we're prepared to actually follow through. And those are in the small things, but they're also in the big things, because I believe that the small things lead to bigger things. And it's just like anything else. It's like if you can't be responsible with $1, you're probably not going to change with 10 or 10,000 or $1 million. Like, those are habits that you build over time, and sales is a habit that you build over time. Sales is a muscle, is a skill, and trust is a muscle. And in fact, I think it's a skill, because I think that if you lack trust, you can build it. It's something that you can improve upon and grow. And the most important trust relationship that you need to focus on if you are struggling is here. It's starting within. It's starting with yourself. Because when you trust yourself, like unequivocally, I hope I said that word right, and with confidence, it comes out in your interactions. And you serve from a very different place than when you don't have trust in yourself, when you have fear, when you have desperation, when you have like a feeling of lack. All of those things can really influence how you interact with other people, especially those that you want to pay you, like your customers. And so I think it's really important today that we take a moment to really evaluate. So here's your action item. I want you to think about how many times over the course of a day do you make commitments to yourself and not follow through? Because every time you don't make a commitment, every time you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, guess what happens? You erode that trust relationship within yourself, which means that you can't count on yourself. So when you have to do something like selling, when you have to put yourself out there, when you have to say something that's uncomfortable for you, because let's face it, when you're starting to learn a new skill, everything feels uncomfortable. It makes it way harder than it needs to be. And yet, if you were able to take care of yourself and make the commitments every single day, day in and day out, with the things that you promised yourself, and actually follow through, and you can see that you're following through, you can see that you have that belief, you can see that you have trust, you can see that what you say matters, you can see that all those things that you're doing just make a difference, then you are less likely to stop, which means that when it comes time for you to implement some of these sales strategies that I'm giving you, you are way more likely to do it because you trust yourself. You trust yourself. So I hope this was helpful to you. I might go into a little bit more detail in a couple of posts because I want to break this down a little bit more because I got some divine downloads as I was hanging out here, the ocean behind me. But if this was helpful for you, I would love for you to identify and just say trust below, that this is something that you're working on, whether it's trust with yourself or trust with your audience or trust with your potential customers and the clients that you're serving, that you need to make sure that you deliver on what it is that you promised. If that's an area of focus, I know for me, it's still something that I commit to every day because it's really important for me to follow through with my personal integrity. So love to hear from you. If this was helpful, if there's something else that you're struggling with, please feel free to let me know. This was another 5-minute live, and I will be back. I'll be back here tomorrow to talk about another sales or marketing strategy in order to help you sell more in your business. Thanks so much, and we will talk to you soon.